What's going on, YouTube? It's the Raving Wolf, the Reformation, Keegan Dimitrovic, and today we are doing the end of the invasion rebooked. I'm going to rebook the end of the invasion, and if you want a rebooking of the entire invasion, let me know in the comments and let me know with a subscription as well. So now we're going to start the invasion, the conclusion, rebooked. So the original invasion, you had a bunch of WWF guys going over to WCW, but a lot of these guys had never been in WCW. Guys like Kurt Angle, for instance, ending up defecting to WCW for some reason that we'll never really know, right? I mean, the creative was all over the place for this run. Meanwhile, a lot of the matches were good. You had Jeff Hardy versus Rob Van Dam, and then you had Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle at SummerSlam 2001. You had the amazing Survivor Series match with the Alliance against the WWF, even though most of them were WWF guys. But I digress. The matches were good. Storyline, it could have had some work. But today we're going to conclude the invasion. So you can buy those contracts, you can have those contracts and bring in a select amount of people. Not saying bring in everybody from WCW, but there are certain people you're going to need. You're going to need the NWO. You're going to need Goldberg. You're going to need Eric Bischoff. You need these guys for the invasion. Otherwise, what's the point of doing it when you don't have any stars from WCW in the invasion? It's like booking an invasion now where it's AEW invading WWE, but there's no Kenny Omega, there's no Young Bucks, there's no Hangman Adam Page, there's nobody. So you have to have these top names going in to the invasion, and you need to have them at the end of the invasion as well. So let's get to it. So I'm going to do this conclusion kind of with the end of the WrestleMania 18 card in 2002. I'm going to list just some of the matches. So you're going to have the Dudley Boys representing Team WWE against the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, for the WWF slash WCW Tag Team Championships. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash go over. I thought about having these guys in singles matches, but I think that they're more powerful as a unit and as a team. So Hall and Nash, they capture the tag team championships. On top of that, you also have Triple H versus Booker T. It happens a year prior. Booker T gets the best of Triple H here and gets WCW a big win. On top of that, you have Edge versus DDP. DDP puts over the young star. Edge gets the win. And also, you have Goldberg versus Rob Van Dam. Around this time, Rob Van Dam was the most popular performer in the business and in American wrestling. So this would be a good match for Goldberg. It would be a complete clash of styles. RVD can actually legitimately fight, and Goldberg has a martial arts type of character. So you put these two against each other. Goes about 10 minutes. It's just all explosive action. Goldberg ends up getting the win with a spear. Maybe Rob Van Dam goes for a frog splash and Goldberg gets up, spears him in midair, and then jackhammer 1, 2, 3, and Goldberg keeps an undefeated streak going into WWE post invasion. Then you have The Undertaker and Ric Flair, pretty much the same feud, except you add the invasion element into it. Undertaker still gets the win. He goes 10-0. That match was brilliant. Doesn't change. Then you have Sting versus The Rock. Sting comes in, he beats The Rock at WrestleMania 18, and you promise Sting a top main event spot with this match with The Rock, and hopefully he comes in and he stays in going forward. So then you have Sting as a top guy in the company for the next 10 years or even 15 or so. So you have a brand new top guy in Sting going forward on Raw or SmackDown, and preferably he would probably go to Raw. I would just have that feeling. And then Kurt Angle would face Mr. Perfect. They would have a great match. Maybe that's the opener of this show. Actually, I think it probably would be. You have Kurt Angle go over on Mr. Perfect, and then you have Chris Benoit, because in this booking, he's not injured. You have Chris Benoit going against Fit Finlay. And Fit Finlay represents WCW. Benoit makes Finlay tap out to the crossface. Another WWF win. So you have quite a few things going on. There's also other matches on the show, like Rey Mysterio versus Jeff Hardy for the Cruiserweight Championship. Rey Mysterio represents WCW, and Rey wins the Cruiserweight Championship. So it's tied probably 6-6 apiece. And the final match is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan. because this is the match they really should have done. It really should have happened. And if you ever watched Adam Blampier's booking on What Culture in the Invasion, he is correct. This should have happened. So, citing him for that, and you have Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, as the WWE/WCW champion. He has both. So, the match is going on. There's a referee bump. There's some shenanigans going on. Hall and Nash come out, and Eric Bischoff. They come out to help Hogan. And then The Rock comes out. He tries to help Austin, but they're still outnumbered. So then, in Canada, in Toronto, you hear a pop coming through the crowd as the NWO are jumping on Rock and Austin. And out comes Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels comes out. He's been gone for a very long time. He looks like he's going to do the click with Hall and Nash. He sweet chin music's Hall. He sweet chin music's Nash. He sweet chin music's Eric Bischoff. And then stares down Hulk Hogan. They have the stare off. And Hogan backs himself into a Stone Cold Stunner. 1, 2, 3. Shawn Michaels has come back. He has saved the WWF from WCW because Shawn Michaels was also another man like The Undertaker who never left. And then the next night on Raw, you can have Shawn explain his actions, or maybe even a couple weeks later if you really want to milk that rating. And Shawn says, I'm born again now. I'm a new person, and this was my way of saying I'm sorry to WWE, and this is my way of making it up. I saved the company, and I did it for the right reasons, but most of all, I want to redeem myself. And then this leads to him trying to get back to DX with Triple H, and it still goes the same way. Shawn doesn't wrestle a match yet. Triple H pedigrees him, and then it leads to Shawn's in-ring return for SummerSlam 2002. So then hopefully we have some continuity with that. So that's how I would have booked the conclusion of the Invasion. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want a full booking of the Invasion from start to finish, again, let me know in the comments. And please subscribe because it goes a long way for this channel. Have a great day.